Dear human brains, as you certainly noticed, AI has become more visible, effective, and accessible to non-tech people in a rapid and massive way in the past year. I have two sons, who are 16 and 19 now, but I still have vivid memories of the time they were little and kept asking us all sorts of questions. It was absolutely wonderful, even though we didn't have, of course, the perfect answers for them. But they didn't seem to bother much. I guess they were okay with their parents' imperfections. I wonder if in the future kids will continue to ask their parents, siblings, and teachers questions like this, or if they will be just talking to an AI pet or a hologram instead. Who knows? We all feel a bit like we are participating in a giant experiment right now, and although it is uncomfortable for some of us, others are excited about the possibilities. We probably have people everywhere on this spectrum at the moment, and to be fair, this is just the beginning of an unpredictable learning journey for all of us. AI large language models like ChatGPT learn from the data available on the internet. We already produce a huge amount of digital data every single day. We can suppose that AI will significantly boost our production of data in the future, which raises many questions. How much digital junk will be generated by AI? How easy would it be for us to navigate and find quality content in that massive amount of data? And because AI learns from the internet, it will eventually learn mostly from AI-generated content, which means that AI may end up feeding itself. That could be disturbing, right? Not to mention that some languages and dialects are not that present on the internet. So what about them? What kind of AI tools will they have access to? It also means that human-made products and content could become a rare commodity in the future. Will we have new tags and labels to stipulate that something was partially made by human brains? We have entered a new age, the age of human beings that are actually empowered by AI. Should we almost consider ourselves a new species? Might be too soon for that, but still, it's a big shift, isn't it? So what does it mean for education? Schools are deeply human-oriented environments. It is historically a place where change takes longer and faces resistance. When the internet started to be used in school, many teachers considered it cheating because knowledge was gold at that time and content was at the heart of everything. 25 years later, can you imagine a school banning the use of the internet for a project? It would be awkward, right? Would it be the same for AI? We might want to consider both the opportunities and challenges created by AI in education. Schools need a balanced approach to, on one hand, harness this technology to enhance learning, and on the other hand, be vigilant and fully aware of the questions raised by AI. Because AI clearly brings some new challenges. It is critical for schools to understand what AI is about, evaluate this constantly changing new technology, and think about its potential implications because no matter what, it's here to stay. Schools need to adapt and see how they can integrate AI into their existing policies, practices, curriculum, PD opportunities, assessment design, and many other things. Sir Ken Robinson said that education is always about relationships. We know that human interactions play a central role in the learning process. One challenge is to ensure that AI interactions will not replace them. Many educators feel concerned about questions related to privacy, academic integrity, cyberbullying, bias, and a possible over-reliance on AI. AI could also potentially widen the gap in educational opportunities if this new technology is not equally available to all learners in the world. We already teach students to identify bias and fake news, but now they have to deal with fake everything. AI can generate biased content and reinforce stereotypes. We need to keep asking ourselves the same kind of media and information literacy or critical thinking questions like, is this culturally biased? What about the sources? And so on. It seems important to define guidelines in schools and have some kind of human accountability. For instance, the content might be generated by AI, but I am the one who prompted it, and maybe re-prompted it many times to get a better result. And in the end, I am the one who is going to validate that content and share it with the world. There are growing concerns also about the collection and handling of students' personal data by AI companies. That raises the question of regulation and control, because controlling AI has become an enormous source of power and influence. I was fortunate to collaborate with an NGO called Couleur de Chine that sponsors girls from the Miao minority to go to school in a remote region of China. For those who attend school, it means walking for about an hour through rice fields and using the few pencils they have on old exercise books. No computer here, no internet, and clearly no AI inside. The United Nations Sustainable Development Goal number 4 about quality education is unfortunately far from achievement, and there is still a lot to do regarding just basic needs in many places in the world. I wonder if these students will have a chance one day to have access to effective and affordable AI tools. Because we already know that AI is opening up so many new opportunities in education. The first one that comes to mind is the ability to personalize learning in ways that just didn't exist before. Educators now have the capacity to leverage the power of AI to design new learning experiences and generate differentiated materials based on students' learning strength, needs, interest, or disabilities. Students and teachers can now have a personalized, knowledgeable, and supportive AI learning companion available 24/7. Can you imagine that? AI can be a great starting point to brainstorm ideas with your team, find inspiration, and develop all sorts of educational materials. It can be integrated, of course, into new learning experiences to enhance learning and improve engagement. Time is the most precious teacher resource, and AI can save everyone a significant amount of time by streamlining many tasks so that teachers can focus on things that will directly enhance student learning. AI is probably the most powerful tool we've ever had in education. And with great power comes responsibilities. So how might we prepare students for this new AI-driven world? For students to be prepared, we need to empower teachers by providing them with appropriate PD and tools. We need them to realize that AI can be harnessed to complement their skills, not to replace teachers. At least not yet. Even though teachers should not go away, they may feel vulnerable because their role has already been evolving a lot in the past 20 years with new digital tools, expectations, and practices. This diagram developed by Barbara Anazelonka gives a good overview of what it might look like to be a teacher in the age of AI. And in this new age, it seems crucial for students and teachers to develop or reinforce skills like critical thinking, problem solving, AI literacy, ethics, personal and social competency, to name just a few. Please take a look at these 6 images and select one that best represents how you feel about the age of AI. Then I would love you to share your thinking on LinkedIn with the hashtag #DearHumanBrains to let us know which one you picked and why. In conclusion, what we, educators, should focus on as we enter this new age? What might be our priorities? First of all, nobody knows what education will look like in the near future. And AI keeps changing at a rapid pace, so it is very hard to make any predictions. However, it could be a good idea for schools and educators to focus on things like AI and digital literacy, of course, it seems obvious, but also on non-tech parameters like fostering a certain mindset regarding innovation and change, and maybe build a strong school culture that will allow people to have conversations and explore ideas and collaborate. Design powerful learning experiences that can foster lifelong transferable skills like the ones I mentioned before, like critical thinking, problem solving, and so on. And of course, we need ongoing and up-to-date quality PD for teachers. I encourage you now to rethink 99% of what we have just unpacked together, because it might already be outdated. Thank you.